Hello and welcome to Southampton. I've heard a lot about this city, some really good things and some really bad things. Some people say that there's a really nice university here, some lovely old buildings, and some people say there's a complete hellhole. Join me today as we find out.
Spare any change?
You're right, mate.
Spare any change, please,
Hang on.
sir. Sir, spare any change,
Fancy
please.
seeing you
please,
here. What are you doing
please,
here?
Sir, please, any
Outside
change. Spare any...
So, introduce yourself, my friend.
Hello, I'm your local guide for today. He's not.
I'm not from here, but he has lived here for quite a few years, so he's going to show us to the worst places and the best places. And when I mean Southampton has a mixed reputation, let me show you this. We've got a lovely modern building here. There's a lot of gentrification here, but at the same time, you've already got two abandoned buildings there. It's going to be interesting to suss this place out. You've got new buildings, really old buildings, and ancient buildings all in one.
Yeah, it's there's lots of things to do here, like
So I think we found the Tudor house, as you can see. I'm only joking. It's that one there in the distance. Let's go and check it out. What can you tell me about the Tudor house, local guys?
So, back in the Tudor times, there was a man that used to live here. It was his Tudor house, and it's still here.
Tudor house. Well, first things first, I wanted to say, we've just had a lovely meal and a pint at the old Wetherspoons, and I must say, everyone's quite nice there. We had a chat with one or two locals. The vibe is generally quite nice. Saying that, I have heard it's one of the most dangerous cities in all of Hampshire. So, once again, I have no idea what to make of this place. What would you say about Southampton, mate? You say it's good, you say it's bad, somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle, I would say. It's not, it's a place, yeah, and we're in that place right now.
It is a place. Here we are in the Tudor house. I think it's closed today by the looks of it, but nonetheless, it's very beautiful. And then just across here, you have the complete contrast. That was the first thing you said as well, actually, wasn't it? The complete contrast. You've got the semi-new buildings there, super beautiful old buildings, and then you've got these very sort of mediocre buildings next to it. There's a bit of a contrast with this place, there really is. Who said Southampton was bad? We've got some beautiful ancient ruins over here. But this is fascinating. We're in some old ancient ruins here. I don't really know anything about it, to be honest, but it's very beautiful and you could just walk in on it. I mean, there's literally buildings that have been built around the old ancient ruins, the old walled city, from what I've heard. That is pretty cool. And look, you could even go down here.
Alright, sorry, I was just having a nice little kip. Yeah, I was just having a nice little...
They've concreted it up. Let's have a look. You can see how short people were. Like, my head would not fit through this at all.
MTV, welcome to my crib.
Check this out. You've got a lovely Tudor house here. We're in Castle Gate now, which I believe is the main sort of town centre. This is behind all the shops though. You've got the world's ugliest building there. Telephone boxes that haven't been vandalised yet, which is a first. So it doesn't really feel, so far, we are going to go to the most dangerous neighbourhood in Southampton, but so far, it doesn't feel like it's the most dangerous town in Hampshire. I mean, Gosport wipes the floor, you know, in terms of how dangerous it feels, right? But there we go. These are sort of the outer walls, I believe. Very beautiful. There you go. But one thing I have noticed, unfortunately, about this city is there are so many abandoned shops. It is a pattern with these seaside towns due to taxation, a few other issues, but there's so many. Literally just this entire street down here, just abandoned shops. And as we were driving through sort of the outskirts, you're literally driving through and there's entire rows of just abandoned shops. Albeit, we are filming on a Sunday, midday on a Sunday, so some of them will be closed, albeit. But entire streets, it feels a bit dystopian at times. It really does. Oh, would you like to explain to the viewers about the ancient wall?
So, back in the day, they used to build walls to stop things from getting in. So yeah, they built that wall, and it's still there because they protected it.
Mate, you know what we've done by accident?
What?
We've accidentally made Southampton look like a really nice place to live.
Who said it was accidental? Maybe I'm just I lied to you on the way here.
Maybe we just love Southampton. I mean, look at this super modern building. It goes on from ours. You've got the West Quay Mall down there, which is absolutely lovely. We'll show you inside in a minute. You've got a bunch of random restaurants that you can go to. And you've got Balamory over there. Mate, it's a nice place.
So far.
I like it. So far. What are you telling? What aren't we telling them? What are you hiding?
Everything.
What do you reckon about the mall, mate?
It's actually quite a nice mall, to be fair. I can't even say anything like that bad about it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. Once again, we've just made Southampton look really nice, to be honest.
But in fairness, I knew that before we came here. Like, past experience, this is actually like...
Yeah, that's what he said. He said from living here for 5 years, the one good place in Southampton is the mall. It's it's a massive mall as well. You've got so many nice shops. You've got a few restaurants upstairs as well. There's quite a lot to do here, really. And it goes on even further. There's a circle bit and there's a line bit after. Literally, I can't even see the end of it.
That's a good description. A circle bit and a line bit. That's good description.
This is 10 out of 10 content right here. So now we're in Bargate, which is the main sort of high street of Southampton. To be honest, it contrasts quite differently to the mall area, the super modern area, and the super oldie boldy area. Is this the bad mall you were talking about?
Yeah.
Is this the well, there's a good one and a bad one, isn't there?
It's just the UK, you know, average UK high street activities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, this is what I thought. I knew Southampton was mixed, but I was sort of thinking it can't all be nice. Surely not. It's too good to be true. It is a lovely place overall, but
this is what they talk about when they say the decline of the British high street. So
yeah, this is. I mean, you've got. I mean, it looks like they're sort of opening something, perhaps, but nonetheless, this is more your standard sort of shopping mall that reflects more of the entire country in comparison.
A definitely legitimate shop over there. We were definitely real and prosperous.
Definitely not money laundering.
No, God, yeah, how could you insinuate such a thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like abandoned shops and stuff like that here. It changes completely. I'm not going to walk down the street because right now we're going to try and find, allegedly, according to this guy, the most dangerous park in all of Southampton. But down there, as far as the eye can see, half of it's shut down, every other shop. Is it that park there, mate, or...?
I don't know, I just remember it being shit.
Worst tour guide ever. Worst tour guide ever. Well, here we are, guys. We're in allegedly the worst park in all of Southampton. It's quite busy, to be honest, isn't it? Like up ahead, there's
I don't
crowd.
think there's a stat on that being dangerous. I just remember it being a really not very nice place, and it's seeming to prove me right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of litter, like, well, everywhere, to be honest. It doesn't really show up, but it's a wide angle lens, but there's a lot of litter here and there. And a lot of bird feathers. You got an explanation for that, local guys?
Yeah, I do actually. That guy over there.
Oh yeah, seagull. That's why it's the most. I get it now.
Yeah,
it's the bloody seagull.
Yeah, it's
isn't
not
it?
No, I wasn't insinuating anything other than just, you know,
it's
rife bird attacks. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So we're on our way to the most dangerous, statistically speaking, park in all of Southampton. Yeah, let's read some of the reviews and see just how bad it is.
This time we actually researched it. This is coming from Hampshire PCC.gov. The unused and derelict buildings in the park obstruct clear lines of sight and natural surveillance of the area. Followed by a TripAdvisor one that says, great place to be mugged, stabbed or attacked. Stabbed.
I'll tell you what, guys, I don't want to be stagged in this park.
I've been here before.
You've been here before, can you?
Yeah, I survived this place before. I'm going back for round 2. Let's have it. Come on.
Did you get stagged?
Stagged, yeah, stag night.
We're in Haglands Park now. There's a little skate park with graffiti on it, but to be fair, it doesn't feel that bad. It feels quite nice and open, but I'll tell you what, it's absolutely dead. So maybe at night it's super dangerous and a lot of the locals know how bad it is and we are just unaware. I don't know.
As expert guide, I want to recall that building in front of us, there was something about people in that building, but I can't remember what. I just remember something about that building and activities relating to the building, but I don't recall what. I just recall that building.
Here we've got a massive abandoned store. Apparently it's been shut for 4, 5, 6, maybe even more years. It's one of the old Debenhams. Look at that, you can even tell it's been closed down for so long. Like, some of the, you can even sort of see inside really what it's like in there now. But literally all of the paper on the outside, it's just all sort of falling off. How many years would you say it's been closed down for?
As long as I can remember. Any time I've been here, this building's been shut. I mean,
all goods removed, just in case if it gets vandalised, which it looks like it actually might have, with all the tape on there and whatnot. Crikey. And it just goes on for ages and it hasn't been filled, there just hasn't been the investment there. Despite seeing the gentrification of property, commercial is just not profitable enough anymore, and that's why the high street looks like this.
Demolition? When?
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 How many years has this been?
Someone fact check me on that. When?
The only thing that's in progress is graffiti and people trying to break into the place. It's like people vote Labour and Conservative thinking like it's actually going to make a difference. It's not even laughable. It used to be laughable. It's actually just depressing at this point. It's crazy.
I don't think either side are actually considering anything to do with Debenhams and Southampton. Let's be honest. I don't think they wake up and think, oh, do you know, we need to do something about Debenhams and Southampton. Oh no!
You get my point. Worst tour guide ever.
Oh.
Massive estate here of all these old apartments. And the mad thing about Southampton is how much does it cost for a 1-bed here? I'll put up in the text how much it actually costs for a 1-bed apartment, a house, etc, etc. But I can guarantee these people have a lot more money than I do. Let's put it that way. Okay, so now guys, we're going to go to what I've heard is an old shipwreck just on the coast here, literally about 10-20 minutes away from the city of Southampton. Let's go for a little drive there and see what we can find. Apparently you can actually go inside it and see what it was like to go on aboard an old ship. So let's have a little look and see what we can find. Alright, we think it's this way. We're trying to find an abandoned shipwreck. It's somewhere all the way over there. It's the most undirect path I've ever seen. Let's see if we can find it. Guys, we are properly in the middle of nowhere right now. Apparently, according to Google Maps, we walk past this old ancient wall and we go there to the shipwreck ruins. The lengths we're going to make this video for you guys is actually insane. Like, I'm wearing Adidas trainers. You got white shoes.
I got Adidas trainers as well, and an Adidas.
Yeah.
I'm prepped out. I've got walk-in product placement.
If there's not a shipwreck at the end of this woods, I'm actually going to... Well, I don't know how well you can see, but all of this is totally cordoned off, and there's a bunch of cows in that field blocking our way. And where there's cows, there's a farmer. We're not too sure if he would be happy with us walking through or not. So we're going to pass in the shipwreck today. So annoying, but we're going to come back for a second time, so stay tuned for that. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to find a way to get him to his abandoned shipwreck. And on that disappointment, I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you later.